half of you know this already. But something so big, I can't ask people to keep it secret any longer. The rumor is true. One of our agents has made it inside the Institute.
Is this what Tinker Tom was working on?
Yes. Tom's work is related, but the device and the assembly was the Wanderer's doing. After the device was assembled, he made it inside the Institute, and then back out.
Where is the Institute?
We're not sure exactly. Best guess is that it's somewhere under the old CIT. But they've been using a teleportation device to get in and out, so it could be anywhere.
What did he find out?
I know you all have questions, but I've said everything I'm going to. But know this. The ops you're planning and running now are the most important of our lives. We have a chance at rescuing more synths than we ever dreamed of. So get it done. Excellent work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. Our final analysis indicates if we stage a mass breakout, Patriots Instead, we use this one chance to rescue all.
That's a bold plan.
We can't waste. The Institute will never let their slaves go. So the heart of our problem is manpower. Even talk with C-114. If the synths down there want freedom, they must fight and risk.
Z1 seems capable.
We always thought as much as we owe. If he learns we're good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you.
Hey, Z1.
Quickly. We cannot risk being... I have made arrangements, but... Tell me.
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue everyone. But synths will have to fight for it.
And I thought, Mr. Ben... Of course I'd fight for my freedom. But enough to face all the guards? Yes. But we should be...
All people want to be...
I admire Mr. Bin.
Uh-huh.
I will talk to my friends.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ayo saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ayo mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal, and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
Apparently the SRB can't figure out.
You get me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Liam, I got your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver. Hooking that ancient tech up to the... So hand it over.
This is...
Good question. If we find ourselves in that position, we pull the plug and wait for another opportunity. We can't risk anyone.
Would it be possible to rescue...
Those 13 synths are the only ones where... If we push our luck and get the wrong synth involved, the whole thing...
Here you go.
Great. Listen, Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update?
Feels like this project has been going on for months.
Hey there.
Greetings, sir. Welcome to the commissary. Would you care for food?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
asked my...
Hey, Z1.
I asked my friends if they'd take up arms for their freedom. I was surprised at the number of volunteers. Perhaps once... But we will fight and die very quickly. Given the right materials, we can make our own crew.
I have weapons I...
Excellent. Deposit any... So the ingredients...
Tell me how I can help.
We've come up with the Institute's... The mining equipment, thanks to Mr. B. How do you...
I'll do it.
Thank you. After you eliminate to the SRB, and then our dead friends can assemble the weapons.
Operating at full capacity.
Excuse me.
I'm sure I've got something you need.
I'll take a look, sure.
Let me know what you'd like.
Hey.
What's the plan?
Hey.
Go ahead. Here's what I've got.
Strong go with human.
We need to swap some gear.
Strong can carry more.
Paladin dance.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
I just want to trade a few things.
Very well. Help yourself.
Excuse me.
Do you need something, monsieur?
Let's trade some things.
But of course. Do you need something, monsieur?
I'd like to travel together some more.
Then let us get underway.
You two what?
Oh, monsieur.
Want me?
Hello. Please ensure that your dietary requirements are fulfilled.
Remember to keep
Sir,
unnecessary
we've had
power
another
consumption
situation.
to a minimum.
A code red.
Don't
What?
recharge.
This is the third time in
Excuse
2
me,
weeks.
I've got
This is
reports to deliver.
unacceptable. How could this happen?
We think there was a system glitch. We're looking into it.
You're all useless. In the meantime, tell the others to be on high alert. I want more control, more rep.
All systems nominal.
G981 is our shift leader.
Construction is proceeding according to schedule.
Scanning unknown identity. Terminate you in zone possessing valuable institute property.
Leave now. Soon, this will all be under rubble. Remember Z1's plan, everyone. Grab everything we can use. The crates especially.
You know, I love my work. I love being a father.
You have done your part, and we'll do ours.
Mm-hmm. This is a good start.
The greatest. So we're being, for now. Please continue working with Father. When my people are ready.
I did. Remarkable work. I think we should proceed to the next round of testing immediately.
Of course, I'll inform the team.
I'm ready to move in, sir.
I believe we're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go in baggies for evidence.
The raiders know we're coming. The sooner we get started, the better. Ready to go?
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X. I've already knew.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir.
I look forward to assisting you further.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was...
The Institute created that synth.
I disagree. A synth is no more inherently evil than a handgun. When a man dies by gunshot, is the weapon's maker blamed? Of course not. The blame rightly falls on he who pulled the trigger. Yes, we created the synth. But whether they intended... But enough about that. The task is done. I couldn't have hoped for a better. While you were away, you'll find all the basic... Go and have a look.
This a clean floor.
All maintenance requests should be directed to the Facilities Division.
Your new quarters are here, sir.
Hey.
Your new quarters are here, sir. When you're finished here, sir, Father wants to see you.
Sometimes I hide my dad's work notes just to mess with him. It drives me crazy.
I've heard stories. On the surface, sure sounds scary.
Son.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me.
Mm-hmm. I try and talk it out, see if things can be resolved peacefully.
An admirable goal. And yet we find ourselves in a situation where something more significant must be done. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that you've been in contact with the Railroad.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their self. Usually they are a minor nuisance. But lately, I'm afraid we've reached the point where we have learned the current location of these synths.
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a lesson. But it's important that we act on this. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel...
Seriously, this is...
Like many things at the Institute, a Corso will be waiting for you near Bunker Hill.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind? I hope it goes better than last time.
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else.
Sure.
Maintaining your cover is vital. But this...
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them, hard. No one they send out comes back alive except...
With me working the inside...
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone. You'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take them down. You've done it before.
Right. Like you said, I've done...
It's a risk.
It looks quite defensible.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside. The situation appears to... We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with...
Hey.
Very well. Limited backup will...
And with so many civilians around, we should be extra careful, yes?
Going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Is someone present? Someone there! Attacking enemy. Who's there? I hear something! Time to die!
Gone.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
All systems nominal.
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. The only hope...
Sure. It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. but at a cost. Standing here, I know that to you, I was kidnapped from both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. Well, the Institute realized it only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, to not only do so, but extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. An experiment. I had no... with the common, perhaps most...
Stupid old man. Sean, you need...
I can see that you... Soon,
blah.
I hope. A future which Bunker Hill did not go well.
I made a choice. I let the synths go free.
Why? Why?
They were afraid. They didn't want to come back here.
Afraid? They're machines, artificial, they're incapable. This was such a simple task. How can I expect you to represent...
Let's not forget our roles here, son. At the end of the day, I'm still your father.
I am acutely aware of our positions. I am also not a child.
I'm sorry, Sean.
Bunker Hill was to cement and to see the Brotherhood.
Sure.
I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved. I'd like you to join me. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in. Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require
Dr.
our
Fillmore.
attention
Can
first.
we maybe talk
The level of
later?
unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given,
Allie.
well, considering all
talk
parties present?
later?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about...
What's Phase 3?
It's very important to us. Power is... I'm not talking about some abstract concept. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
Right. Such hard...
I would never disagree that life in the Institute is better than above ground. We have done much to now, Phase 3 is simply... It will ensure not just that.
Nuclear power?
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is the future. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What?
Can't be serious.
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not...
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we can talk more later.
Right.
The Institute can... To that end.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
I had no idea.
I know this is... I'm sorry, Father.
I can do the job.
Of course you can.
Sure.
There's no question that's why I'd like you to take charge of this league. There are hard decisions.
Right.
I couldn't be more pleased with Father's choice for a new director. Congratulations.
Dr. Fillmore.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier.
Absolutely.
All right, let's... Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not through. You're going to the mass fusion...
Mm-hmm. Consider it done.
I'll consider it done.
No way. You're not going. You'd be a liability.
Well, that's about the most insulting thing I've heard in a while. Okay, you're on your own then. Good luck. Not to put more pressure on you. We don't want them getting... Head on up to the...
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills. Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Good morning. Would you care for some pre-processed nutritional supplements?
We are honored to welcome you here.
Heads up. Field fire.
Taking damage! Someone! I'm hit! For Elder Max.
Card. That'll come in handy.
I don't see the beryllium agitator anywhere. They must have moved it.
coroner be doing that instead?
Loctite.
Right here. Can't move. Help me. No. Please.
The heck?
Hey.
What was that? Do you...
You need something from me?
Aha! Found it!
Hey.
You giving me a present?